Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I am your host Sean McGahee, and this is a show we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can listen to Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, Patreon, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever, guys. While you're there, go ahead and rate, review, subscribe, then head on over to the Facebook group and Twitter account and join in the discussion. Don't forget dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com, and you can find me personally, SlimDayspring12, on Twitter and Instagram. Well, hello everyone. It is a sunny day here in Austin, Texas. Went outside a little bit, got a little exercise, pulled some weeds, all by myself, of course, trying to keep with the whole social distancing, isolation thing going on. Hope you guys are also playing it safe, so hopefully this whole thing can get over as quickly as possible. Now on today's show, I want to talk kind of a little bit in regards to that because of all this, stuff. One of the industries that is taking a bit of a hit is the movie industry. Now I've read articles about how theaters like AMC are, not in good shape right now. Some of the studios, of course, while, we think of them as these big collaborations that make lots and lots of money, they borrow the money to pay for these films too. And they've got a couple of films that they borrowed a lot of money for that they need to pay off. So again, I just want to talk about movies. Recently, Disney came out and announced that their whole reshuffling, ones that were postponed, they actually announced when they're going to come out. So I just want to kind of start with that. So a couple days ago, Disney came out, and in regards to their MCU films, Black Widow, that's supposed to come out in May, has been pushed back to November. Eternals, that was supposed to come out in November, has been pushed back to February, and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, that was supposed to come out in February, well, you get it, it's been pushed back as well. Basically, everything's been shifted, just one spot as far as the MCU films. Now, the major one that they announced was Captain Marvel 2, set for July 28th, 2022. We all suspected we were going to get a Captain Marvel movie coming out. I don't think there was ever an official green light to it, maybe. I'm not quite sure about that. But this is the first time they actually set a release date for it. So July 8th, 2022, coming out right after Black Panther 2, set for May 2nd, 2022. I thought Captain Marvel was a fine film. Not one of my top 10 MCU films, but a fine film. I like Brie Larson. I thought she did a good job in Endgame. Definitely be interested in a sequel, and I'm sure Disney and Marvel would as well, considering it made over $1 billion. So that's all good and well. But the MCU schedule looks like, it's sitting pretty good. So, they got to do what they got to do. And the rest of the studios are doing what they have to do as well. I found this picture on Twitter last week. Someone made it. I'm not sure where it's from, so I can't credit anybody. I do apologize. But you have on the left side, major movies still dated to come out in 2020. The right side, you have 2021 major releases. And in the blue are highlighted films that were supposed to come out this year that got pushed all the way back to next year. And in the middle, you have major releases that were supposed to come out this year that still do not have a release date. And the number one in all that is going to be New Mutants. Now, this film, I think, has some kind of a curse on it because it's already had 3 release dates so far. It's going to get a 4th one at some point, but as of right now, we don't know when that's going to be. And that stinks because I myself am very much looking forward to this movie, being an X-Men fan, but also the latest trailers, seeing Illyana wielding the Soul Sword, Cannonball going full rocket. It looks awesome, honestly. And I'm looking forward to it, so I really want to see this movie. And I'm just super bummed that it still has not come out. I mean, they think they filmed this movie 4 or 5 years ago now at this point, because it's been pushed almost 2 years since its original release date, even more. But yeah, it's been a while since I actually filmed this thing. So I'm looking forward to it. I want to see it. But again, when Disney came out and announced that all their films they were postponing, they actually put release dates down for them. Even like Mulan and Jungle Cruise got their dates set. they didn't put one down for New Mutants. So I was very disappointed with that. So sticking with Disney, of course, like I said, Jungle Cruise been pushed back all the way back to next year, July 30th. Mulan, which was supposed to come out in March, pushed back to July. Now, Pixar Soul is supposed to kick off kind of when the movie theaters are supposed to reopen, because we heard around mid-June is about when they're supposed to reopen. Soul, looking at the trailer, thinking about what kind of movie this type of film is, I don't know if it's the best one to really kick it off. Tenet comes out on the 17th of July. That's the new Christopher Nolan film. I'm looking forward to see it. But again, I think the number one film that is going to get people back into theaters, granted, of course, if the theaters open in mid-June, like people are saying they will, is going to be mid to end July, Mulan. I think that's a family film you can, bring everyone to. Looks action-packed, looks like it's going to be a really good film. I'm even looking forward to it, so I'm excited for that. So Mulan, I think, is going to be the film that, at that point, is going to get everyone back into the movies. Now, as far as Sony, they also announced that they were kicking Morbius and the next Ghostbusters film, Ghostbusters Afterlife, to next year. Ghostbusters Afterlife's set for March 3rd, and then you have Morbius coming out March 19th. I kind of like that spot for Morbius, honestly, better than like a middle of summer kind of release, because I'm not sure how it's going to do, honestly. I'm interested in seeing it, but Morbius has never been one of my favorite characters, let alone one of my favorite Spider-Man adversaries, for that matter. So we'll see how that one goes. Of course, coming out this year, you do have No Time to Die. That was kind of the first film that was pushed back. Then you also have Top Gun Maverick, announced recently that they were being pushed back to December 23rd, right in that prime Christmas season. Now, for a film that, is a 30-year sequel, I don't know, honestly. They got to give us something good if they're going to get that prime real estate and want it to succeed, because the holidays, people are off work, off school, yes, but they're also busy. They got stuff to do around the holidays. So if you want someone to go see your film, you better make it a good film. So we'll see if Top Gun Maverick can do that. Other ones coming out, like I said, Quiet Place 2 was pushed back to September. And then Wonder Woman 1984, which was supposed to come out, I think, in June, maybe. That one's been pushed back to May 14th. Also you got Fast 9 coming out almost a year later in April 2nd. But it's all shifted, it's all shifted. And as of the current state, this is what it looks like. Like I said, movie theaters set to reopen around, middle of June, perhaps. And that's kind of tentative right now, depending on how this all goes. I myself, I've been home. I've been trying to watch new movies, actually. Movies that are on Netflix, Hulu, HBO Now, Amazon. I'm trying to, catch up, if you so say. There are other stuff that I'm rewatching too, but I've been trying to keep up with and watch some new movies, some that are pretty old, some that are more recent. What was the other one I watched the other night? Blinded by the Light. Yes, Blinded by the Light. That was a good, better than what I thought it was going to be, actually. Granted, it's about a guy who falls in love with Bruce Springsteen songs. Being from Indiana, I was more of a John Mellencamp kid myself, and after I watched the movie, it made me not want to go listen to Bruce Springsteen, but listen to the Cougar. Oh well. Now, one thing I also wanted to bring up here is when movies started getting pushed back, a lot of people online, people I know, were talking about how they should just release them online so, we can watch them that way. And there have been some cases. Disney's Onward was released in theaters right before all this stuff happened, right? And then, a week or two, they decided that, they were going to put it on digital so people could buy it. And then 2 weeks later, it was going to be on Disney Plus. Now, me and my wife, we waited actually for Disney Plus. We didn't pay for it, but the day it came out, I was excited to see the film. I wanted to see it in theaters and didn't. So I was excited to wait for Disney Plus and watch it. My daughter watched it. We watched it as a family. She really liked it, which was great. So That was nice. You have other films that came, that were in theaters very quickly to digital. The ones that have been postponed. And people are clamoring, they should just release it online and, people will pay $20 for it and they'll make their money back. That's stupid. I'm sorry, guys. That's stupid. Okay? As I said before, movie studios do not have billions and billions of dollars laying around. Maybe millions, but not billions. A movie like, say, Black Widow, okay? Easily, $150 million film, right? Add in marketing, you're looking at a film that has to clear about $400 to $500 million to be profitable. If you take that film and you put it on digital for, $20, okay? Instead of, getting 10 people to go see that movie at $10 each or whatever, they're paying $20 and you got 10 people in a room that are going to watch it. I guarantee it. They wouldn't even recoup the production budget, let alone the marketing budget for a film like that. Mulan, I know, cost quite a bit of money. It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work, guys. So anyone who wants these films to come directly to digital instead of waiting several months to go out in theaters where, they can at least try to recoup some of their expenses. It was very surprising to me how short-sighted people are. I mean, I'm not saying I'm an expert in how the movie business works or whatever, but I know enough to know that these movies cost a lot of money, and a lot of times the movie theaters borrow that money to make it, and then they pay the loans back, okay? So they have loans on these movies. The money's been spent on Black Widow and Wonder Woman 1984, okay? They owe. These studios owe. So how are they going to pay that back and then actually make a profit? It ain't going to be releasing it on digital, guys, okay? It's going to be waiting several months to release it in theaters where they're going to make the most money. And movie theaters themselves want those movies in theaters so that they can make money. Movie theaters, granted, they get a small fraction of the ticket price, to be honest, but you walk in, what do? You're going to buy the popcorn, you're going to buy the soda, you're going to buy the candy. That's where movie theaters make money, just so everyone knows. It ain't through the movie tickets. The studio takes most of that money. There's a phrase by John Campea that says, the movie theaters, they're not in the movie business, they're in the candy business, okay? Because they make their money through snacks, not through movies. So anyway, the movie theaters want them to be released as well. Now, Universal took the new Trolls sequel, and they're going directly to digital. I think it comes out next week or something like that. I know that, the theaters weren't happy about that because they didn't run it by the theaters first. NATO, not the North Atlantic Treaty Association, it's the National Something Theater Association. North American Theater Association, I think that's what it's called. Anyway, they're the ones that are collaborate with the theaters and the studios as far as when and what is released. And Universal didn't run the Trolls movie by NATO and the theater owners, so they're not too happy about that. So we'll see if that comes back to bite the studio in the ass down the road. But anyway, these movies make the most money in theaters, not on, digital sales or home video or whatever. So taking a movie like Wonder Woman 1984, a Mulan, and putting it directly in digital is not even going to come close to making back the money the studio wants and needs for the film. So people who are saying that they should just release it on digital, I don't know what you guys are smoking, but give me some, because that's some crazy shit you're talking. I'll tell you what, though, I am very much looking forward to going back to the theaters, getting back to a somewhat similar existence to what we had. I know, precautions are going to be taken, especially right beforehand, but, going back to the movies, going back to, regular life, I think is something I'm looking forward to. Of course, I'm a big movie guy. I go to the movies about once a week, just about. So going back into that theater and getting that experience again, which is unparalleled to anything you could have anywhere else, I'm looking forward to that. But I know how the world is. I like to think of myself as a decently intelligent person. So if I have to wait for that, I'll wait for that, as long as everything is safe. And of course, the studios are okay so they can continue to make these films for us. So, but that's it for me today, guys. Of course, fire back. Let me know what you think about all these delays. Are you on with my side and where I kind of think, delaying everything is right? Do you think, no, they should release it digitally ahead of time, not make us wait? Let me know where you stand on that. What movie are you most looking forward to? And what do you think the big movie's going to be that's going to bring people back to the theaters? Do you think it's going to be Mulan like I do? Do you think it's going to be Wonder Woman 1984, Black Widow? Let me know, guys, of course, any of this whole rearranging of schedules. And also, where are New Mutants going to fall? Where do you think the New Mutants are going to fall? That's going to be a good question. I'm hoping this year still. I'm hoping at least, but we'll see how it goes, guys. But that's it. Hope you guys are being safe, of course, keeping busy. Plenty of stuff on the web or on the streaming services to watch. Expand your horizons. It's a good time to do that, guys. Well, that's it. Have a good day. Have a good week. Have a good life. And until next time, may the Force be with us all.